Hello, friends, and greetings for the day. Welcome to another live session of our channel where we look forward to connect with all of you, listen to your queries, and help understand more about testing and help you assist as much as possible when it comes to testing the world of certifications, a bit about testing tools, concepts, doubts, clarification. As a part of this live session, we look forward to uh, help you learn more about testing and be better and confident about what you look forward to be a part of your testing altogether. So it's good again, like it's a Saturday and we are connecting live together. And most importantly, currently I'm traveling to Malaysia, so I'm in Malaysia right now and streaming live from there. So, but commitment is more important, as I promised that I'll be now available for you to assist. So we'll be looking forward to more and more questions coming up today as well, and try to see what best we can respond to. So feel free to be an active participant here, and we will be looking forward to respond to your queries as much as possible. So go ahead and drop your queries, and I'll be looking forward to respond to them and help you assist with whatsoever queries you may have. And I would be more than happy to look forward and assist you back related to your concepts, certifications, and so on. So yeah, I think so far my stay has been really good here. It's been just kind of like a week time I was here, and yeah, we just completed one of the sessions which we came for. Actually, I delivered three sessions in that duration. We did one of the sessions for Flipkart doing on JUnit, and delivered another session for Experian on ISTQB Foundation, and currently ongoing with a training on Jira software, which we are delivering in another like kind of like 2 days of time over the weekend. So yeah, it's a good time, delivering a lot of sessions. But yes, kind of like quite packed. Uh, don't have enough time to just kind of utilize. But yeah, I've been coming frequently to Malaysia, so it's not something new for me. But yeah, it's good that if we can really look forward to connect with people here, and if anyone is interested to quickly have some quick catch up and would like to meet up, just let me know, and I'll be more than happy to connect with you. So we are kind of getting started slowly. We'll be looking forward to your queries coming up, and feel free to be sharing your queries. And as usual, I look forward to respond to them. Meanwhile, we look forward to the first query of the day. I think, coming up with the new certification I told you last time, but sorry, as I was quite packed up and traveling, difference in the time zone did not allow me to create my very first tutorial on AI testing. So we'll be looking forward to is going to be coming up next week for sure. Please stay tuned for that. We are looking forward to start with ISTQB AI tester and help you build more grateful content in terms of what best can you achieve from there, right? So that is another important thing. And yeah, we'll be looking back to continue with an resumption on our technical talks from testing. So we will be getting back to that too. And yeah, I think it's just that I've been occupied so much with a lot of trainings that I could not have enough time to share all that series in regular. But I think I'll be regular from here on. Again, I'm kind of like packed up for this week too, so I couldn't start on that. But yeah, the coming week we should be good. So meanwhile, I got one of the messages coming in from Vignesh says, in this times of layoff, what is the future of testing for highly experienced people? Do you feel like we need to keep up on promoting higher levels in testing, like test manager, or change to dev or PM? Yeah, of course, I do understand TM stands for test manager and PM stands for project manager. I think more on the management side, you must have your technical portfolio still strong, and your participation with the project is very important. Given that you're talking about a project manager, I don't think that would be meaningful, because given that you are a test manager, you still have your technicality being considered. And no matter, there could be a layoff, there could be people being laid off from any organizations, but that would be on the people who are just limited to kind of manual testing and do not look forward to upgrade or have not upgraded so far to automation. And given that some precious resources of the organization, if you are a test manager or you are very experienced in a particular domain, it does not impact you. The reason is we still, at the end of the day, tomorrow when things go good, or if the things get worsen, to come up from that worst situation, you need experienced people to bring that up. If there's a team and you don't have a leader, then the leader is not someone who should be fired, right? So, or laid off. The leaders would still bring up a new team up to that level. So, leaders are always seen as a asset to the organization, subjected you have some good leadership qualities, and at the same time the technicality and upgradations on your portfolio. So if you are just limited to managing the resources, yes, then it would be a challenge. And again, when I say the word you, I just don't mean you. I'm talking to every individual who is worried about these layoffs during this bad time. So being just managing the teams is not enough. You should still maintain your portfolio of being knowledgeable on automation testing or particular critical domains which you might be working with. So that would still play a vital role in terms of fulfilling the need of the organization. And the organization certainly look forward to you as a golden resource to be retained forever, right? So think from that perspective, and this is going to make more sense than just being a manual tester or just being a manager of the organization, right? So there's no need to transform and make your portfolio non-technical. Like being a PM, you just become a manager. You don't have your technical portfolios in your place, and getting a PM is not a big deal, right? But getting a test manager is a big deal. So with the specific portfolios like domain experience and kind of like technicality is not in a PM, right? You can get a number of test scrum masters, but you cannot get test managers. So in that context, I would suggest that uh, let's build our profile more critical towards the need of the organization rather than just being limited to what probably we might be doing at this point. So that should not impact any individual. Okay. I hope that answers your question, Vignesh. If there's anything else, just feel free to let me know. And we'll be looking forward to more and more questions coming up next. All right. So while we are waiting for other questions to come up, we also would be trying to add more questions over the holidays. I know we're talking about the Christmas holidays and the kind of like a little bit less hectic time happening right from 15th of December to kind of 15th of January, almost a month. And I have some short-term goals there. I'm looking forward to add more sample questions in every certifications. I'm gonna kind of like work on my personal level to build some more sample papers of my own and give you some great understanding and learning on preparing well for the examination, and not just for ISTQB Foundation. I'll be looking forward to even participate in terms of like more certificate, more mock assessments for ISTQB Agile Tester or any other certifications that people might be looking at. And we will look forward to your suggestions and inputs that what you might be more interested in. Of course, ISTQB Foundation is one which I've considered, and the second is the Agile Tester, which quite often people are looking at as per my statistics. And I'll be looking forward to add more sample papers, which are as per the board, as per the syllabus, and creating something of my own, right? So, yeah, that's what the plan is for the holidays. I'm going to work on that. And probably when we start with the next new year, you must have some good mock papers with you. So, hope so. Things goes well, and we work on having those deliverables given to all of you. Okay, so yeah, looking forward to more questions. I think that's pretty much what I had from the updates, what I had for this week. If you got something else, feel free to let me know. I would be more than happy to talk about it and share more updates with all of you. Okay, thank you for your suggestion. ISTQB Test Automation Engineer Certification. Yep, I will look forward to that too. I think I've got already some collection of automation papers which are with me. All I have to do is kind of review them and add them. And how hard is it? This examination is going to be a little complicated than other examinations because it does talk about more details of what is automation, what are automation solutions, what are the architecture of building an overall automation solution. But if in case you have been automation for some time, right? If in case it is you have been in automation for some time, then it should not be challenging at all. Okay, because you know what exactly automation is, how does it work, how the tool functions. But it's not about a tool in that certification, like, hey, what do you write to identify a locator, or what do I write to make a script wait or something. No, it's not more about that. It's more of like the tool architect role, which helps you understand how do you roll out an automation solution within the organization. What are the factors in terms of automating a test? What are the factors which determines what to, how manuals can be transitioned to automation. So a lot of those kind of concepts are there. So it shouldn't be that challenging as person who knows what is automation. But of course, if you are a manual tester, then it is going to be very challenging. Okay, so you should have some good understanding of automation to help you, right? So if you have good knowledge of automation, then it's not challenging at all. Okay, right. Thank you. Yes, we are looking forward to more questions, team. If you got one, do not worry about what your question is. We're just looking forward to assist you as much as possible. So feel free to participate and share and let us know about your questions. And I would be more than happy to help you build that understanding and share my perspective on the same. Okay, we have got Dheeraj with us. Hi, Dheeraj. Good evening. How are you doing? Okay, I think I'm waiting for more questions to come up. Feel free to ask your questions, team. This session is completely for you. And all I would do is I'm here to respond. Right? A lot of questions, of course. Warm wishes and congratulations to all the people who got certified this year. This week. And I'm very happy that a lot of people every week keep letting me know by dropping their comments and probably like mentioning on the LinkedIn also that they have succeeded and our content was very useful for them. And it's really been a great honor in terms of that I could help people to prepare well for their certifications and get certified. So it's really really important that when you do something as an initiative and people appreciate that work, it certainly means that you could meet uh, every individual's expectations in terms of what they were looking at and they found the solution. Because the comments and the feedback certainly say so that, hey, this is something which is incredible, something which is the people uh, in fact paid for some paid courses in their country, but later they realized my YouTube videos were more better than those paid courses, in fact those expensive courses. And I really feel very glad, not about they did not make it to a good course initially, but glad that they liked my content and they could compare and say that though your videos were just one line, kind of like one sided video driven tutorials, but still it made a lot of sense and it was driven in a way that anybody could understand it, and we found it more meaningful compared to what what they did in the session. So I'm really happy to hear those kind of comments when people come back and share their experience and they feel happy about finding my content online, and that acts like more of like an inspiration to me to to help people in terms of adding more value to these learnings and building up better platforms, so that they can go ahead and kind of like learn in a way that it makes more sense to them, right? So in that context, we look forward to uh, give you more and more, and we feel like it's being more kind of like aggressively participating in helping you. And that's what brings me here on the live sessions, where we look forward to connect with you and answer beyond those basic expectations. And we look forward to kind of like participate with you and help you more beyond the videos. So feel free to utilize these kind of opportunities when we connect together to ask me any questions if you may have one. Okay, Tirith says for ISTQB certifications, there is an international board who offered certifications like that. Is there any such international board for Six Sigma certifications, sir? No, Six Sigma is a product of one of the independent bodies, and only they just give you certifications for that. And there are authorized training and certification providers, and only they have the rights of doing it. Just like again, um, you can say to a certain extent that you have a board like Scrum Alliance, which does the job of certifying people on CSM, but you basically don't get certified from Scrum Alliance. You do get trained by a training provider who is authorized to do the trainings and organize the exam for them, and that certainly does the job, right? So in that context, this is what it is. So yeah, you don't really have a centralized board for every single certification, but yeah, for ISTQB have. So that's how it is. Sure, Titus, you're welcome. Okay, anyone else looking forward to more questions? I think yeah, so it's kind of like late evening here in Malaysia right now, 10 o'clock. So I don't think a lot of people are available, but yeah, we'll just see if we can have more people and more questions coming up next. We'll look forward to respond that. You know what algorithm of the YouTube says that it detects your coordinates where you are, and as per the time zone, it lets the people know. So currently, my YouTube is trying to let people in Malaysia know that hey, I'm online and I'm live. But the point is, it's late in Malaysia, and people are kind of like sleeping now to get connected. So yeah, expected, but promises are kept. We look forward to, be here so that those who wish to talk, wish to interact, ask their questions, we should look forward to solve their queries. Okay, looking forward to more questions. Go ahead, team. If you got a question, do not hesitate. I'm here to talk about any of your questions and help you learn the concepts of testing much better. So feel free to let me know if you have got a concern, you got a question. I would be more than happy to assist you and respond back to you. Feel free to let me know. Okay, I think we'll look forward if there are questions coming up in the next 5 minutes. Um, we would like to close up our live sessions, but again, I'll just see if there are any more questions coming up next. I would love to answer them, but if there are no one looking forward to any questions, I don't want to record an idle video here uh, without doing anything. So it is possible that you may not have any questions in particular to ask, or the time zones are playing really weird with the live session, because I know there is a big crowd looking forward to a lot of questions. But yeah, sometimes the algorithms of YouTube can play around with you. So, but never mind. This can be seen with a lot of people across the world, even after the live session gets recorded and published as a video. So we are looking forward to more. So meanwhile, I think it's more of like we'll be looking forward to add more technical videos for all of you. We are coming up with ISTQB AI tester certification to be added here as the next playlist, and look forward to that. And if in case you have any questions, feel free to ask me during those tutorials. I'll be more than happy to assist you and build better understanding on that, right? So yeah, that's the plan. And on a short-term basis, I'll be working on the sample papers to be improvised on our blogspot. And yeah, you will have more questions, more samples to exercise. Those who are looking forward to ISTQB certifications. And yeah, the channel look forwards to serve every individual with the best resource possible, so that you find one-stop solution for all your certification needs in testing. So we'll look forward to add more and more value as we proceed, and would help you to gain better insights, better knowledge base to prepare well for your certification. So, yep, that's the plan. I think that's what we are interested in and looking forward to target in this particular year. And yeah, we'll be looking forward to have great content coming up next year too. Okay, waiting for more questions to come up. If there are questions, go ahead, drop them below, and I'll be talking about them to help you. All right, Tyre is here, says, I need advice regarding ISTQB TM. Do I need to review CTFL course content again? What extra knowledge should I have other than course content? It's not necessary to review your CTFL content once again, because you pretty much know them. It's more of like recapping those information would be done through the syllabus itself. They would remind you, hey, remember you spoke about a few types of review. Remember you spoke about these techniques. Remember you spoke about matrices, but everything is well covered in our advanced level. So you don't really have to go back to CTFL and relook at that. But if time permits, okay, if time permits, you can just watch a quick playlist, not the syllabus officially. You can watch the tutorials here on my channel if you have enough time. But if in case you don't want to, that doesn't make a difference. It's more importantly to build that psychology mentality that you are a test manager now, and you have to behave like a test manager in terms of learning the concepts of a manager, and to get certified, right? So it doesn't really need any extra knowledge. You have been working in real time. what challenges do you face and what recommendations the syllabus is trying to give you in terms of gaining that understanding. So CTFL is not really necessary, but if you would like to just listen to the playlist, that would be more than enough. What do you think? Should one have test management experience to crack this exam? Can you suggest me some extra resources, practice resources for this exam? Um, yeah, if you already have good understanding or knowledge of test management experience in reality, that would be a plus for sure, because you could relate things in reality that, hey, this is what happens in my real time also, and this is what we are trying to talk about. So in that context, it will be very helpful if you have some good experience of managing the overall testing. But if not, that's not necessary. But if you have it, it's always a good thing. It will minimize your effort in terms of preparing well. And are there any additional resources? I think I have the monopoly on the test manager. I'm the only one who is having some free quality content. I think the lengthiest content and quality content available on internet today. Even I checked with the Udemy. I think there's one more person who has built some playlist on Test Manager, but his content are hardly for 5 to 6 hours. And I think I have probably more than double the content of 6 hours, like around 14 or 15 hours of course content for everything. So it does, I think, make the most important resource available on the internet right now. And there's nothing specific about it other than that. There are no other mock papers because ISTQB did not work on it, and people do not have enough courtesy to build a fake paper. That's the reason you get confused with CTFL, because it's easy to create, but nobody has enough patience to create a fake test manager paper. So there are no other options too. I passed CTFL and automotive exam with help of your playlist. Now I'm going through the TM playing list, and it is one of the best in series. Thank you. Thank you so much. You get to see that, right? I learned from my own mistakes. In fact, over the years, I gained more experience, and of course, the content and discussions went a little more better than the CTFL and other certifications. So it does happen that around the year you also get to learn a lot of things, and you learn from your own videos. When you watch them again after 2 years, you realize that I wish I could do better there, and I could do better. It's just that that time I didn't have enough information that what should I say. The point is that if I make a CTFL videos longer than 15 minutes, people would think that, hey, this is a waste of time. But if I make even a test manager video 30 minutes, people would listen to it, because you have been through my CTFL and you know if I'm spending 30 minutes here, it is worth. But not for the new users. If nobody has, like somebody has not been through my CTFL and come to test manager, he would think that 30 minutes video on one topic, oh, he must be beating around the bushes and all. So they don't spend more time. So that's the reason we have those principles built up on YouTube that, hey, video should be shorter, like 10 to 15 minutes is too much. And that's where, but I somehow tried making it as quality as possible so that people who really like it would go with it. So thank you so much for your feedback, Tahir. It really makes a lot of sense to me, and we look forward to give best to the people. It really uh, makes sense when we try making a video. We never know what audience will think about it, but down the line, when people come back and say, "Hey, that was an amazing content," and great explanation, etc., it feels us, gives us the feedback that, hey, you did a good job. You understood what people are looking at, and you could understand their expectations from the preparation and understanding. So, yep, thank you so much for those feedbacks, Tahir. It makes a lot of sense. Oh, Hamid is here. Says hi, Neeraj Bhai. Happy to see you. Joined after a long time. Welcome back, Hamid. It's a pleasure to see you too. Hamid says nowadays preparing for ISTQB Automotive exam. Please pass on some tips. Oh, we have Tyre. We have Tyre who can give you some tips now. The tips are again like concentrate on the syllabus as usual. Listen to the tutorials which helped Tahir to get success in the certification on the automotive tester, and not just Tahir. There were many others who have got certified through these tutorials, and I think being through the CTFL part, you know that the videos, the tutorials are enough to gain the understanding. But along with that, you have a sample paper, and I always recommend my audience that do not compromise on going through the syllabus at least once, because you get to do your self preparation in terms of reading, building up patience, or even getting familiar to the technical words what the syllabus have used, which I probably may not have used everywhere, right? Most of the time I try to cover up the syllabus in a way that it gets covered in my tutorials itself, but sometimes it does happen that I may not use exactly all the technical jargons what the syllabus is using. So in that context, one way going through the official syllabus gets you covered with those things also, and that makes pretty much a lot of sense to say that you are very, very confident in the preparation. Regarding the mock papers, you hardly have one paper available online from the ISTQB official website. And other than that, I don't think you would have anything specific to deal with, because as it is a very domain specific certification, again, nobody creates a fake paper for that. So it's just limited to one mock paper, and you may have to stay with that. And rest, I'm here. If you get stuck with anything, just drop me a text, and I would come back to you and let you know what exactly you need to understand there. So, all the very best. Do let me know if there's anything else I can help you with that, Hamid. Thank you so much, Ahmed. That's really, 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 good to know that you're going through the tutorials, which would be helpful. And do let me know if there's anything else I can do for you. Thank you for your wishes. Okay, coming on next is Anish. Anish says, "Hello, dear. Do you see game testing as standalone specialization, or it's complementary for software testing? As from what I see, it's so much complicated and manual dependent rather than automation." Um, yeah, kind of like, we see game testing as more of like a completely different practice altogether, but it's not generalized. They have their own specification, and that certainly needs more specialized learning and implementations of what we do in game testing. So it's not that simple, of course, to say that you are just going to be a game tester if you wish to. You need to really learn the ethics and practices of game testing, and it's completely going to be, of course, a standalone specialization, which probably can blend a bit on the kind of AI part, or if you can say, in terms of your mobile applications, like working on the mobile platforms. So these two things would probably bring it up more, because the generation is looking forward to move on to the cell phones compared to the bigger devices. And because even if you see the current news, if you talk about the PlayStation 5, the world doesn't have a stock on that. Okay, the world doesn't have a stock on that, and suddenly due to the pandemic, the rise in the need of the PlayStation devices have increased. The gaming console has increased because everyone was at home and had enough time to do something, but they didn't know what to do, and they all wanted to play games. And Sony never thought that this would happen, and they never thought of creating that many number of pieces that it would go like anything. And today, it's been like people are running here and there, searching in different countries, and they hardly find, any single piece on the PlayStation 5. Now, that's the thing, right? So, point is that to a certain extent, there are people who are looking at that. But again, the companies who are making it do not think about such things that, hey, people may need gaming console. But if you talk about mobile, a lot of people are looking forward to bring that up on a mobile platform that, hey, no matter you are not at home, but if you want to play a game, you can just play it on your cell phone. And even the cell phone companies are making your phones in that level today that it can be compatible for gaming on the cell phone itself, right? So in that context, you may have a little bit of blend on the mobile side of it, right? Instead of being standalone always. And second would be AI. Okay, artificial intelligence would be stepping in very deeper into the gaming industry, making people get into the virtual reality and interacting with games in a kind of way that they are inside the game, which again you would have already started experiencing to see that the gaming industry is moving towards the artificial intelligence world. And in that context, I think you would have uh, better, because there's always a competitor, and not everyone prefers to play or has an option to play with another player too, right? So it's always that, hey, what if I want to play a game? I would play against the computer, and the computer needs to think like a human again. And the AI would be another interesting thing to talk about. So I would say that though it is complicated, it's going to be more critical skill. Gaming industry is booming, so you are not on the dark side of it. Second, you can explore more about AI and ML to talk more about being specialization on testing and build better career ahead. I hope that answers your question. So being manual also, it looks complicated, but yet you still have great scope and returns from game testing industry for sure. Okay, let me know if there's anything else you would like to discuss. I'm open to have any kind of discussion here on that topic. SM says, good morning and greetings for the day, sir. You're welcome. Greetings, SM. Good to see you. All right, we got Mobin here. Mobin says, "Hi, I watched your videos for TTFL. It'll be easier to get a remote job abroad now with the certifications. Why not? You can always start approaching organizations, posting your profiles, and given that you are certified, it would be easy for you to get some good opportunities for sure. And again, I'm just not saying because I think so. I'm talking about a lot of my participants, a lot of our viewers who has responded back to us on this in terms of what exactly it is, right? So in that context, yes, you can go ahead and get started with searching for jobs. Okay, and he further says, "Do you see it? It is it a good shift career from software testing to game testing, or you prefer sticking to the software in general? Currently, I'm test lead, and I'm ISTQB certified CTFL. Is it a bad move? Oh no! Oh no 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 no! I thought you were just already in game testing and you're talking about it. If you're in software testing, and again, what kind of software testing? Of course, you might be in a particular domain or general services testing. So if you're in general, then I would suggest you, hey, step into something domain specific. Okay. If in case you are doing already like banking, telecom, or something specific like Salesforce, AWS, Azure, some platform based testing or SaaS based testing, then you are good. Okay, you don't really have to jump off. And more importantly, I think you are already a test lead, so you must have built some good understanding of that particular domain or set of projects. But if you are still generalized, it is not too late being a test lead. You can look forward to gain more insights on a particular platform, because the position doesn't matter. The What matters to industry, if you're continuing your job, is what is your background and portfolio, right? So in that context, I would say build stronger profile rather than wondering about the position what you have. Being a test lead does not make a difference. Okay, doesn't make a difference if you are not getting paid good, right? So never go by the position. You look forward to get paid more and get more in demanding. And I think this is what made me quit my desk job, because I was not worried about positions or designations. I was more worried about building up my portfolio in a way that everyone looks forward to my profile, and they say, "You tell me what you want," right? Uh, so I don't really bother now because I'm happy traveling, and I think none of the organization can pay me $1,000 to $1,500 per day for doing a session, right? So I get what I need, right? It's quite happy, deserving one what I'm getting. So it's big deal. So you can build your profile in a way that people look forward to you rather than you looking forward to people or companies, right? So if in case you are in general industry, I would request you to build a more complicated profile so that people say that, okay, you are not ordinary. But if you're already in domain specific, I won't recommend you to jump into game testing at all. But yeah, game testing is coming up. Okay. Pawan says, hi, can you please tell me how to prepare for ISTQB certification? And Selenium with Java is good for Tosca automation to learn present. I'm working as a manual tester. Okay, to start with your first question, to get started with ISTQB Foundation, I have a wonderful playlist for you, which is this channel is popular for across the world. So I do have a great playlist which I could just kind of like share with you, so that you can look forward to get started directly from there. And here goes the link on the chat. You can just start from here in this playlist. And the second thing is, you asked me, how would you do the what should I go with, Selenium with Java or Tosca automation? I think Tosca is still limited. Okay, I would still suggest you to get better opportunities faster is to start with Selenium, because it will take some time for Selenium to get out of the market. They are still occupying a lot of space, and a lot of people are still busy using them. Tosca is slowly emerging into the market, and it's not still having that kind of like grip on the market that everyone makes use of it. But yeah, a lot of companies have started recognizing that Tosca is comparatively better. But to get started with, Selenium would be easy. Selenium would be easy to get a job. And once you have some good fundamentals with you, oh, there's no problem learning a UI based tool, right? Because when you know how to do the ground level work, you can do the easier work later. But if you learn with easier tools, you never know how to write better scripts, right? So that would be challenging. So I would suggest you learn the complicated thing first, so that after that the easy tools become much more simpler, and you don't say that, hey, I don't know how to write a code. Okay, so go with Selenium with Java, which would be good suggestion, and that's how it will make your profile more valuable. And he says, agree 100%. Position is not important comparing to other factors. I just mentioned that to give you a full image about my situation. Yep, thank you so much. Of course, I considered that. So Tesla, it should be, a good time to still switch into, rather, waiting for something big to happen. So thank you a lot for your advice, and my friend, you're welcome, Anish. Always, anytime, welcome. Okay. We look forward to support you anytime. SM says, sir, what are the various types of exceptions in Selenium with some example, please? Oh, that's something which is really complicated to explain virtually. And I would rather recommend you to look forward to a tutorial online which would talk about it, because I may explain you different exceptions in theoretical way, but it may not make any sense, right? Because practicals are practicals. A tool must be run or must be learned by interacting with it, not by listening about it, right? So I don't want to create any kind of negative impression about the software, or about the understanding that, hey, though he explained, but it did not make any sense, or I don't know what does that mean and how to apply it. So I don't do those things which do not make sense to an a listener, right? So I would rather strongly suggest you that take up a tutorial online and look at it practically, that hey, what exceptions are we talking about and how does it really appear? How do we deal with it? Like sometimes you let the you know class or method throw the exception, or sometimes you catch it. Why do you catch it? Why do you throw it? So there are reasons being explained practically and how to do it, right? That's most important thing. So we don't want you to have a basic outline limited. Rather, we want you to have a good understanding of it so that you can implement it yourself, right? So that's the plan. Okay, so go with a video rather, a tutorial based learning on this the two things rather than just saying, yeah, theoretical would be good. Don't compromise. Okay, see, for me, it's more important that someone should get benefited when they learn something. It's not that I should be answering everything, even if I know that it's not going to help you. So I don't do anything which creates a negative practice for anyone that, yeah, I can learn without doing the practicals. No, I want you to learn things which are driven by practical approach. So go for a tutorial which would make more sense, and that would give you a better understanding rather than just listening to it theoretically, which would rather leave you confused. And when you go back again, they might be using a different example and it may be conflicting or whatsoever. So that doesn't make any sense. Okay, go ahead. If you got more questions, I'm here to help. Nice. If a script is working at night but not working the next day, what can be the reason? Change in application? There could have been something which went wrong. Uh, Working at night, not working in the morning, could be server details, could be anything else, right? If you want you to just make sure the system information is checked, because if you might be running on a local server or probably a centralized server, so some of the configuration would have changed or version could have got updated. Probably the browser which you are using could have got updated. A number of reasons. Okay, keep a track of all the environment details. I must say, first thing is environment. An environment consists of a number of things. Okay, which does happen. Second is the application. That you never know if there was a code migrated through an automated pipeline or something kind of like got impacted by some interactions. So second priority is application. First is environment. So probably you need to extract the log sheet, a log file, and check what went wrong, where it went wrong, and deep dive into that and see what could have changed. Because a script, it's good to say that it is a script, but every script has lines of code, right? And each line, a failure happens only on a particular line, and you must have assertions available. You must have screenshots related to that. So find out, deep dive where it went wrong, where it failed, and then get into the root cause to see how to fix that. Okay, another one coming from Mobeen again. What are some major types of softwares a tester should have working knowledge in your experience, like logistics management, games, etc.? Major type of softwares a tester should have working knowledge in logistics management and games. I think that's where I think my understanding would be very poor. I've not interacted so much with logistics. It's really, really kind of new to me. I never got a chance to interact with a deeper dive. Of course, I've delivered, I think, few of my trainings, like 5 trainings on logistics, team working on the logistics, but did get an opportunity to deep dive into their product or what kind of tools, what kind of softwares they work with. And games, again, I don't think I really have a very deep dive understanding of that, what kind of tools, what kind of softwares you can make use of. But all I understand from game testing is that all you have to do is play the game. Okay. So there's nothing in particular, but yeah, I would be more than happy if I could spend some time and explore for you, because fundamentals are different, but the question what you're asking is not fundamental. It's very specific, and I must be very specific to your response on this question. And currently, I don't have any specific response. That what are these key softwares or key tools which can help you or one should know about it. So yeah, I think I'll let it go in terms of like I'll drop you back with a response. If you can just drop me a comment on any other video or right here, not on the chat, but below the video, just drop me a comment so that I can see it as a reminder and I respond back to you, right? Because I don't watch my videos myself. So it's difficult to come back to chat and think, hey, what I did not answer. So drop me a comment, okay, not a chat. Drop me a comment on this video or any other video that, hey, this is what I was looking forward to, so that it keeps me reminding of that, hey, I have to respond back to you. And, I do have friends who are from logistics and games. I would look forward to collect information from them and give it to you. That's what I will be doing. I'm not going to go Google. I don't Google things. I only talk to the real people always. Right, Mobin? I think that should help you at this point of time, but we'll get back to you for sure. Yes, team. Do we have any more questions? We thought of closing this live session at 30 minutes, assuming that there were no more questions coming up for today. But again, finally, I think we are very occupied and we heard a lot of questions from different people. And yeah, it's just that it's the time zone difference. I'm in Malaysia right now, which is here around 10:30, which is 30 past 10 in the evening. And a lot of people who are joining in the sessions are kind of just starting their day. So yeah, it's just that because of that we had less audience. But yeah, we will be looking forward to more coming from the next week. And next week I'll be back to India, and we'll be looking forward to see if we could have more questions, more people joining us. But as far as we have, you know, the session being utilized, that's enough for me. I don't care if there was just one participant or two participant. It's just that if I'm answering anyone, I'm happy about this live session. Okay, SM says when I open an app and put in my username and password, it's post or get call. Uh, it's kind of like get call because you're trying to retrieve confirmation from the database that you are a valid user or not. You're not posting. Posting is sign up. Okay, when you do a sign up and create user account, you are posting the data to the database. But when you talk about username password to login, you are getting and retrieving information from database in terms of uh, that how exactly whether you are a valid user or not. So it's even not a get, to be frank. If you deep dive, you will realize that even this is not a get because it's not retrieving and displaying any information to you. For example, when you make a flight search, okay, on any application, you give fly from city, fly to city, date of flight, and click on search button. That's a get. It goes to different servers, different APIs, and returns you the values of the flights options on those criteria. Now that's what you call it as a get. Post is more of like when you are creating an entry in the database, and when you sign up, when you create an account, you or when you book a flight, not just search, when you book a flight, these are the post examples. So if you deep dive a little deeper, you understand username and password is not even a get, not even a post, but it's a part of it. Like you are still retrieving that, hey, are you a valid user or not? And then it retrieves the account details and shows you your homepage or your account. Now, that account retrieval is what we refer to get here and certainly cannot be a post. Okay, I hope that answers your question, Asim. We got 5 minutes more. Let's see what best we can have. Don't forget to drop a thumbs up, team, if you're happy with what we are doing for all of you. and we look forward to great support. Look forward to share uh, these live session details. I never ask people to like and share my content. The reason is we are more technical people, and we know if our content is good, people will come. I believe in organic. I never believe in paid promotions, or I never believe in paid promotions are more like forcing people to watch your content. And I was never a kind of person that who wanted to go door to door and say, hey, watch my content, watch my content, watch my content. No, I always just was happy with the response we got from the real audience in the classroom. And they suggested and recommended me that why don't you share your knowledge with the world? There are hungry people who are looking forward to your content. And I said, really? They said, yeah, you don't know. Even I don't know. But looking at you, when you talk, when you explain, I think there are millions of people who are interested to hear from you. Okay, they don't get good instructors like you, and that's where I started this channel. So I followed my principles. I never wanted to force people, hey, please subscribe, please like. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm a technical instructor, and I'm here to share my knowledge. I'm not here to gain 1 million viewers or 1 million subscribers to get a golden button or something. No expectations. It's more of like fulfilling the need of people through my knowledge, and knowledge does not demand anything, right? So, but I only request you to spread the word about this live session. The reason is there are people who are looking for support, but they don't know where to. They don't know where to ask, right? So thank you, and let people know about it, that hey, there's a live session happening, and recommend them if they could join here and ask their questions. I would be more than happy to help them. All right, Mobeen says, thanks for the answers. I'm using Cypress for end-to-end automation for 2 years. I have developed many detailed tests, but they are not finding any bugs. Many bugs. Question is, how should I go about automating a test? Uh, it's more about not automation. It's more about the efficiency of your test. That means you're still lacking that understanding about the product and the root causes. Okay, we in testing preferred saying or talking about that, hey, being a tester, whether you know anything or not, you at least need to know what's happening in your family. Okay, this family means in your organization, in your project, that where my designer is weak, where my developers take chances, where my architecture goes for a toss, or what do you think these people are under time pressure at? When they deal with complexities, they do announce it publicly. When somebody asks them, hey, why are you not finishing this task? And the architect says that, you know what, I think this is more complex and I need more time. Tester should be worried about listening those things, that when designer and architect said that I'm dealing with more complexities, so you should have clues that they will go wrong in this particular design for sure, right? So having the understanding of various causes of defect is something what we recommend to testers beyond having knowledge just about perceptions, that what a user can do. So most importantly, a tester should look forward to build efficient test cases, and in order to build efficient test cases, you need a better understanding of your process, your project, your people, and different artifacts which are created. Now, given that you know these things, your test cases will become more efficient towards finding defects, right? Finding more and more bugs. And it has nothing to do with why your regression test, like when you say that I'm working with Cypress, doing detailed tests, but they're not able to find. No, it's not nothing wrong with your automation part. It's nothing to do with your approach of preparing the test cases. It's more about your knowledge about the product and what people can go wrong with. Okay, so in that context, build that understanding, find out the weaknesses of your project, your people, and then try to think about it in a way that you can convert it into a test. And then you do it manually or automatically, doesn't make a difference, right? Finding bugs is more about how efficient your test cases are. If they're not helping you find bugs, they are not efficient. Simple. And Other way around, it simply means that your test cases are not actually built in terms of finding the bugs. And there are no systems which do not have bugs. Every system has. It's just that how capable we are to think about it, right? So in that context, I would suggest you that look forward to deep dive on your system, your people, your process, and then see what is that I missed out. And you can obviously have great bugs. Don't worry. Or think exploratory. Ask 100 questions, different questions to the people and see what answers they have. And based on that, explore. The more you explore, the better your responses will be. And exploratory has resulted into great results for sure. No questions asked. You can do it. Right, Mobin? I hope that answers your question. And that's where we hit even an hour of our live session. So it's really pleasure being here, team, and it was good uh, being here in Malaysia too. We'll be traveling back next week, so good to be with a lot of people here delivering sessions, and good to interact with you from Malaysia. And it should be a good time for us to log off and say bye to us each other. So thank you so much, team. It was pleasure, being a part of it, and thank you so much for participating. Because without you, this session doesn't make any sense, right? We need audience, and we need to help you to respond back to your questions. So that's all from this particular live session, team. Should you have anything else, feel free to comment below. I'm always there to address your queries and answer them well. Till then, keep learning, keep exploring, keep understanding the context. Thanks for being a part of this live session, team, and happy learning. Take care, stay safe. Bye bye.